1075 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
Some interesting comments from Minnesota Viking wide receiver Justin Jefferson yesterday, Tyler. I'm rooting for Sam Darnold.
Okay.
I think I told you that when it came down to Stafford and the Rams against Darnold and the Seahawks. I'm kind of rooting for this redemption story. The number 2 overall pick went to the Jets. Jets kind of made him look bad, then put some of his personal business out there. And Sam Darnold's had kind of a journey since then. Really reignited himself in Minnesota, and Minnesota allowed him to walk. And he ends up in Seattle, and here's Seattle in the Super Bowl really because of Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I know last year, towards the very end, at the end of the regular season, the playoff game didn't play his best, and I think we all kind of looked at it as, there's old Sam Darnold kind of reemerging. But I think when you look at the body of work he's put together this season through the playoffs so far, you can say, okay, I just think he's finally in a situation with the right coaches around him to where he can probably be successful going forward. And again, he's not the only guy that's gone to the Jets and struggled or gone to the Panthers and struggled. So it really is about getting around the right coaches, guys that can maximize what you're doing. And, last year it was with, Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota. This year it's Clint Kubiak in Seattle, and they're getting the best out of him. And he's certainly capable, like he did against the Rams the other day, of going out there and helping lead Seattle to a Super Bowl victory and really complete the redemption arc. One of the better ones we've seen in a while.
National Signing Day, and this was a day that a lot of you, in particular on this station, was one of our bigger days of the year, Tyler. You never did sports talk, I'm guessing, when National Signing Day was truly raging at its peak.
My first year of doing sports radio was in 2018, which was the first year of the early signing period in December. And the station I worked at in Athens at the time, we had like a little thing for early signing day, but we didn't expect 95% of the classes to sign that day. And then when February rolled around, we had like a full day thing, special thing planned, and then there was nothing to really talk about. So that's when we kind of were like, this is going to become a thing. And it certainly has, to where, again, most of you probably woke up this morning not even realizing it was National Signing Day.
This is actually a big year for Brent Venables. Not because he's going to get fired, but because for the first time, I feel like for Oklahoma, it feels like he's got all his pieces in place. A lot of pieces. John Mateer's coming back. He's got everything there, and they come off of a college football playoff berth. They had Alabama and then let that one get away, obviously. Yep. So, Tyler, he's got a loss, which I think would be expected. This is where I kind of start to draw the line. He's got a loss to Oklahoma in Norman on Halloween day, night, whatever.
Yeah, I think that's not outside the realm of possibility, especially with all that they have coming back. And you mentioned Brent Venables. This is the first season in a couple of years he's gone into where we're not talking about him being on the hot seat, right? He's finally giving himself a little bit of slack and taking the pressure off himself a little bit. Now they've got to follow up a playoff season with another strong year to keep that pressure off, and we'll see what they are by the time they get to the middle of October. But yeah, and I know last time you went to Norman, you ran all over them, but that team was completely broken. They didn't have any wide receivers. Their offensive line was terrible. You're taking on a much different version of them in what should be a pretty raucous environment on Halloween coming up on October 31st. That's going to be a challenge. Right now, if you're setting a line, Oklahoma's going to be favored, and rightfully so. Again, we'll see how our opinions of both teams change between now and then, but I think a lot of people would look at that and say, yeah, that's probably a game that Oklahoma wins as of right now.